Okay, before we get started, in my last video I said that I was uploading a video to Breakout Productions. I tried to upload it, but there was a lot of complications, like when I put the file up, it only presented audio, and then I figured out how to then merge the video and audio file together, which apparently on this PC recording software that I downloaded I apparently need to do, which is making me consider just deleting the software and finding a new one. But anyway, and then I got into a bit of trouble as to try and actually save the file, and then when I actually trimmed it down, it didn't actually trim down, which makes no sense, and I knew I trimmed it down. I actually followed the instructions, I knew I trimmed it down, but anyway. So MJH619 did upload almost like a little introduction montage to like his WWE Universe series that he's going to be doing on there. So I'm going to try to see if I can re-upload my video again, although it's like 44 minutes long in total. If it doesn't work, I'll get back to you. If it does work, then huzzah, go check it out. But anyways, we're here to talk about Battlefield 1. My last video that I actually commentated on, I said that Battlefield 1 to me was the best game of the year, game of the year. I still stand by that verdict for me. As much as I loved Uncharted 1, as much as I love it, I just think Battlefield 1 is a more complete package. Now, what actually draws Battlefield out for me in terms of games that it would have to compete against, say like Uncharted 4, is actually the multiplayer. I think there's more. I think Battlefield 1 just offers more. It just offers more for the package. Like, don't get me wrong, Uncharted 4 multiplayer, it has its epic moments, and obviously with friends, any multiplayer game is much more fun. And it's not like I've been playing a lot of Battlefield with friends, like I've mainly been playing by myself. But I just think there's a lot more to Battlefield's multiplayer than Uncharted's multiplayer. To me, I feel there's a lot more depth. Now, what is it to me that gives this depth to the multiplayer? First of all, it's a variety of game modes. Now, Uncharted 4 from memory, this may not be 100% accurate. From memory, Uncharted 4's multiplayer only really has 3 or 4 game modes, and after a while you play them 3 or 4 game modes, and if you're playing that game on a regular, it can become stale. So, and Battlefield, it has Operations, Conquest, Rush, Domination, Team Deathmatch, and Carrier Pigeon. That's 6 game modes. It's not a lot more, but here's what I'll explain the second level of depth, the multiplayer maps. Now, unfortunately, Battlefield has only released 10 multiplayer maps, which is a kind of a bummer. It's a bit like when Star Wars Battlefront released only 4 maps for the special game mode in that, which I keep forgetting. It's the game mode with the AT&T Walker, where, you know, you'll either be the rebels trying to stop these walkers from advancing, or you'd be the Empire trying to push all the way up. Basically, that is what Operations is, but thankfully there's a few more maps, and now each of the maps tie together because you can almost reenact historical campaigns. Like, you can reenact the historical campaign of the British Empire against the Ottoman Empire in the Persian Gulf and in the Suez Canal and the Sinai Desert, or you can do the Doughboys fighting Kaiser Wilhelm's armies in Central Europe. It's brilliant. And then obviously you can sort of affect history, or you can rewrite history in a sense. If you're a bit of a history buff, that is always a massive, plus in my eyes. But anyways, but it's not just that Battlefield has more maps, it's that you can do more in the maps. Like, you can create so many different and various scenarios in these maps. Like, on one map, you could be the one guy in your squad, you could be the leader of your squad, and you're leading your squad silently, like say down through the alleyways of Amiens. You know, you got your MP18 trench gun, trench, submachine gun, you're going corner to corner, you're hearing the cries of war from the distance, while you're hearing your other squad members say, enemy tank spotted! And it's just scenarios like that. And then you could go to something like St. Quentin's Scar, and then you could be like a sniper, just dug into the trenches, just sort of holding on for dear life. And you've got tank shells flying at you. You've got other snipers trying to pick you out, trying to pop your head off from a good quarter of a mile away. That is what gives this game so much depth to me. The variety of maps, but also you can create so many different scenarios. On some maps, you could turn the tide of a battle. I remember back in Battlefield 3, where I was playing with the Sabre, or Cybot Sabre, when we were back in the Mist Raiders, and we turned the tide of a conquest map in Operation Metro. That was a brilliant day, just the two of us doing that. And Battlefield 1, to me, recaptures that whole thing from Battlefield 3. This whole idea of you can have so many different scenarios on different maps. Whereas I feel with Battlefield 4, it got a bit repetitive, it got a bit stale. And the gun variety, it's okay for now. Although, I will admit, Uncharted 4 multiplayer does have more gun variety, I will admit that, and the class customization in Uncharted 4 multiplayer, I think it's actually quite better. If you really want to personalise the class to be your own, Uncharted 4 multiplayer is where to go. However, as much as I love Battlefield 1 multiplayer, as much as I love the maps, the immersion of the game, there's some things obviously that my little pet peeves. These don't necessarily mean I hate Uncharted, not Uncharted, Battlefield multiplayer. I'm getting the two games mixed up. Anyway, these little pet peeves doesn't mean I necessarily hate Battlefield multiplayer. It just kind of means that they're just little gripes I have that maybe they could be patched out. For starters, when you play Operations, which I've been playing a lot of Operations, I absolutely love this game mode. On certain campaigns, like the British Empire against the Ottoman Empire, you've got 3 maps to go through, and you could get like to the second map, the Suez Canal, and you could only have one last attack left as the British Empire. That actually happened to me last night, and you're just kind of thinking, how in the name of Lucifer from Supernatural are you meant to conquer the Suez Canal as the British Empire, and then go on to win the Sinai Desert when you only have one attack and you lost your first 2 attacks in the first map? How are you meant to do that? I think for certain campaigns they actually need to respawn or give the attacking team at least 1 or 2 more attacks, depending on how many they have when they go into like the second or even the final map. Because if it's like 2 maps long, I can kind of understand that they only have like say 1 more attack, but if it's like 3 maps long, how are you meant to conquer 2 more maps with 1 attack? You have to be on a mission from God to do that. And there's certain little elements, like there's just certain little glitches that come up, like sometimes whenever you die but get respawned, you'll either be aiming down sight or your gun will just jam, your controls will just jam, so you just have to switch weapons and switch back to your primary weapon in order to use it. That gets annoying too quickly, and I think that needs to be patched. That's just like a little graphical glitch. But regardless, I love Battlefield 1 multiplayer. I just think it's more immersive. I think this multiplayer offers more in the general package. But that doesn't mean I hate Uncharted 4's multiplayer. I just think this is better. I just think Battlefield 1 is a better game. That doesn't mean I hate Uncharted 4. But anyways, I just thought I'd clarify all that up. But I shall see